Hello, beautiful YouTube yoga family. This is not the context in which we normally meet, but I wanted to put together a video for you today a little bit about what's been helpful to me during this time that's going on in our world right now. And I know for me, anytime that I'm faced with a crisis, that I'm struggling, I turn to the chakra system. Those of you that don't know what the chakras are, these are vortexes, hubs of energy. There's 7 main chakras and they run from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. So I thought it could be helpful for all of you since it's been so helpful for me. I always turn to the chakras when I'm struggling in my life. And with everything that's been going on, first I was in denial, I think like many of us, about what's happening in our world right now. But then I started to feel a lot of fear. And you likely can maybe relate to that. What that is a root chakra issue. So when we look at these 7 chakras from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, they're kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So this base chakra, Muladhara, our root chakra, is in a state of collective crisis right now because the root chakra is all about Muladhara, our safety, our security, our survival. So when we see what's happening in the media and when we look on the news, it's so funny to me that there was this run on the toilet paper whole crisis that happened that we're seeing in the media, because when we think of the root chakra, it's all about our very base needs and functions being met. I mean, what could be more base need and function than our elimination function, right? That we're seeing with this run on toilet paper. So people's very survival for even the most basic functions of our anatomy feel threatened. People feel afraid. So when this happens, when you feel that fear, and what I notice in myself is that right away your brain jumps to worst case scenario, right? What if someone I love gets sick? How is this going to affect the economy? How is this going to affect my job, my well-being, my ability to provide for my family, pay my mortgage? All the fear just rushes and rushes in. And the big message I wanted to share with all of you is that fear is normal. That is your root chakra doing its job, its pre-programmed job. In Kundalini, we call it the negative mind, to protect you, to keep you safe. It's often going to be the first voice to respond, and it's often going to be the loudest voice because its job is to protect you and keep you safe. So there's nothing wrong with having those kinds of emotions and that fear. But as yogis, as so many of you I know in my community are yoga teachers or training to teach online with me, as healers, leaders, and light workers, we need to recognize that energy for what it is, a root chakra impulse, excessive energy, and make a different choice and get some distance from those fears. So the big technique I want to teach you all when it comes to what's going on in our world right now is with the chakras, thinking of 2, 4, and 6. I have other videos here on YouTube, which I'll link in the description, where you can get more information about the chakra system in general. But this 2, 4, and 6 that I'm suggesting is second chakra, Svadhisthana, area of our emotions, that we need to lift the fear that we're feeling in the root chakra to the second chakra and really sit with, acknowledge, and feel those emotions. If we do not do this, we're just going to default to our most base energy center, the root chakra, and whatever chakra is dominant is how we see the world, right? So moving it up to second chakra and acknowledging, I feel frightened, I feel scared, I'm worried, right? Feeling that in our body and taking a moment to be with it is so incredibly important, because otherwise we're just going to default to Muladhara, root chakra, and our fear is going to run the show and it's going to be our reality, instead of seeing that really no, those thoughts are just an energy, right? Behind every emotion is just prana. The emotion of anger, the prana behind that is the same as passion and love, right? So we need to break things down in the second chakra and understand what we're feeling has an ability to transform, transmute. So acknowledge how you're feeling, feel it in your body, take that intentional pause moment to slow down and do that, because otherwise everything's just going to revert to our base, most base energy center, and chaos will ensue. Okay. And then fourth chakra, heart chakra. Getting compassion, feeling compassion for ourselves during this time and compassion for everyone else is so incredibly important. When we look at what this virus is actually doing, it attacks the lungs in our ability to breathe, to take in prana, to take in life force, to take in air. And air is the element associated with the heart chakra. So you want to be doing practices that are going to, again, lift the energy up from your root chakra and into your heart so that you can lead with compassion and enjoy and feel the love, right? How often do we all wish we had more time at home, more time with our loved ones? This is a gift when we choose to view the world through the lens of the heart chakra that's being offered to us right now if we choose to take that perspective. And then chakra 6, the 6th chakra, Ajna, our intuitive seat. This energy center offers us the bird's eye view of every situation. So we're able to see things with more breadth and depth. And when we elevate ourselves to that place, what we see is that this is a moment in time. We're able to get a lot of distance from how we're feeling and all the charge that's in the moment, and see that this is like a blip on a much larger timeline, a much larger time scale. And we don't know how things are going to play out. But we know the world after this will never, ever be the same. There might be some really great improvements that happen. We might be more prepared for something like this next time. A lot of online learning and education and the way we do things and obtain information is going to change. So there's always like a silver lining if we choose to take this kind of broad and deep perspective on what's happening around us. We lose the panic of the moment and we're able to see things on a much larger time scale. Last thing I want to leave you with is that if you're practicing yoga, if you're on a spiritual path, you're most likely on a journey of transformation. You are a conscious, enlightened being and you're trying to elevate yourself to your highest potential. And if you practice Kundalini yoga with me, you know a lot of what we do in Kundalini yoga is practices like holding our arms out for a very long amount of time, or doing breath of fire for a very long amount of time to poke and provoke our subconscious fears and patternings, to shine the light on those, to tell those subconscious fears and patternings, come out and play, so that we can clear them, block them, and elevate our awareness and our consciousness. What's so fascinating about what's happening in our world right now and in this particular moment in time is that those subconscious fears and patternings are just already coming to the forefront. We don't need to do, all the breath of fire and all the difficult arm work because the collective consciousness is so afraid right now, and we're just feeling so much fear. What this means is that this is a very ripe time for transformation. I know I'm having some big breakthroughs right now. Fears that have been secretly haunting me very deep in my subconscious for years, all of a sudden are shining like they're right in front of me. I'm able to see them so clearly because of the collective fear we're all experiencing right now. It's like ushered them all out of the closets, out of the shadows. And when we see that, that's when we're really able to transmit, transform, go through an alchemy and see and clear those fears and step into the next greatest version of ourselves. It's such an exciting moment if you choose to look at it that way. In this chaos, in all this fear, we're seeing our deepest, darkest shadow self and fears. And that is an incredible opportunity for those of you with the technology of yoga available to you and with a spiritual practice to do some serious work. I've been journaling. I've been working with my coach. I've been digging really, really deep. And I'm accelerating, I think, my personal development. Breakthroughs are happening, and the same is possible for you. So I am offering a free 7-day chakra challenge. I was always planning to kick this off around the spring equinox, and it couldn't be more appropriate because what does spring represent? Hope, right? A rebirth, a renewal. We all need to be praying right now, radiating out healing energy, attaching to that big word of hope. So if you want to get more familiar with the chakras, how this challenge works is I send you a class and a meditation on each of the 7 chakras for 7 days in a row. It's completely free to sign up. Many of you who've been practicing with me a long time are Uplifted members. You've already done that challenge. And for all of you, I want to recommend in the Uplifted app, all the Kundalini practices, especially our 40-day Kriya journey up the chakras 60-minute class, because that one's really focused on doing exactly what we've been talking about in this video, taking that low root chakra, dense fear energy and transforming it going through an alchemy process where we lift it into the higher energy centers. Because again, there's new information, new ways of seeing things, new ways of approaching difficult situations available to us at each new frequency of each chakra as we raise energy. So that one is great. I would also really recommend you check out our Uplifted at Home retreat. If you have had classes canceled, your yoga teacher training canceled, it's a full weekend and it's beautiful. And we also have online yoga teacher training. And then Kali, Uplifted members, I really would suggest checking out the Kali series, especially if you're feeling a lot of anger and fear about what's going on, because what does Kali represent, right? The death, the destruction, the burning down, and then the rebirth of something new. And then please remember to listen to affirmations to stay positive during this time. You know that in the app we have root chakra affirmations. We have affirmations for every chakra, but focusing on the root chakra and then 2, 4, 6. I would be listening to those affirmations when you're doing laundry and when you're just, moving around your house. If you are hearing this message, and especially if you're here to the very end, you are one of the influencers, the teachers, the healers in our community. So it's really up to us to try to elevate the vibration as much as we can, be a source of light and positivity for those around us who maybe don't have the technology of yoga available to them, aren't practicing yet. And be that beacon of light and forklift to uplift and elevate everyone around us. I'm sending you so, so much love. I will be posting as regular classes every Sunday, but it felt important to me to connect with all of you in this way. And I hope that some of what I've shared about the chakras is going to be beneficial to you as you think about and analyze what's going on within and out in the world. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what's been working for you in this period. Is it journaling? Is it meditation? Is it yoga? Is it a particular yoga class? Let's start a thread in the comments below just of what's working during this time of social distancing and self-quarantine. I would love to hear from you, and that way we can all learn from one another and also answer any questions you have in the comment box down below. I will put links and resources to everything I mentioned in this video, including additional chakra videos from me that you can watch in the description. I'm sending you a lot of love. Stay radiant, stay healthy. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me and being here to the very end. As a thank you, I'd love to gift you my chakra balancing audio track. You can listen to this anytime, anywhere. I've used this audio track to heal relationships, overcome fear and resistance, and solve complex problems. Get your free copy at the link below and around this video. Download it, and then here is what I suggest exploring next if you're staying here on YouTube. I'm sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.